But as we look at the Hurst fire that is burning in the Sylmar area, we know a lot of homes have been lost or are in danger there at least. There's evacuation orders underway. Reporter Cassandra Gutierrez from our sister station, KFSN, joining us now with an update from her position near the Hurst fire. Cassandra.
That's right. I'm still in Sylmar I'm still in Sylmar on Los Olivos Road, right next to Roxford, and you can still see the fire burning across the hillside behind me. At this point, we see this neighborhood is currently in danger. That fire is just a couple miles away from here. Behind this neighborhood, I am told by neighbors there is a mobile home, and I'm also told by neighbors that, I mean, you see these gusty winds here. You see those trees moving extremely fast. Erratic winds is what we've been experiencing all evening here into these early morning hours. I'm told behind these homes, some of those winds feel even gustier, and many of these neighbors have said this isn't their first time encountering close calls similar to this one. Just a few years ago, they saw this similar hill on fire, and what I have noticed from when we got here to now is that was in the last couple of hours, this fire is actually spreading a little bit. We are on the west end of it, so it is spreading a little bit off to the side, and you can kind of see the glow in the background. Since we've been here in the last couple of hours, this fire appears to be spreading, but at this hour, many of these people that live in this neighborhood have chosen to stay back. Several people have evacuated, but I will say, neighbors here say their vehicles are ready to go in case they have to evacuate. Many of these people have been coming in and out of their homes right now. It is pretty quiet right now. I can't imagine anyone is resting easy tonight, because I just spoke to a couple of neighbors here who say they will be keeping an eye on conditions through these overnight hours. Some of these people mentioned they have to go to work in the morning, and I will say this is a very tight-knit community. This community has been around for a couple of decades. Many of the people living here now are actually some of the first people that moved into these homes here that have not been around for, I am told by these neighbors, more than 30 years. So fairly newer homes that are right along this hillside in Sylmar, again on Los Olivos Road and Roxford Street. We are right in the middle of Highway 210, which part of it is closed, and I-5. So if you are evacuating or are thinking of needing to evacuate sometime between now and those early hours, you want to make sure that you are aware of your evacuation centers that you should go to, and make sure you are aware of those road closures out on the roads, because there are some detours, especially here on Rockford Street is what we're told, that there are detours by locals who live here in the area. And again, you see these gusty winds right where we are standing right now. They are pretty erratic, and if we can zoom into some of these trees, we could see those winds just gusting, and you could hear it, and you could hear them picking up. Sometimes they calm down, but then they pick up and they start gusting even stronger. And another thing I should mention here, it feels cold right now. It was about 50 degrees last I checked. It feels much colder than that. That's just a testament to how gusty these winds are. You could definitely feel the chilly breeze coming in, or these gusty winds, I should say, coming in. And many of these neighbors on edge tonight, their cars are packed and ready to go in the event that fire inches closer and closer to these homes. And that's exactly what we have been witnessing, this fire inching closer and closer to this neighborhood here in Sylmar, and many neighborhoods in this area as well. There are over a dozen homes, many of them filled with families that have lived here, like I mentioned, for over a decade. A tight-knit community here in Sylmar, and many of them concerned tonight, worried, staying up, watching our newscast, making sure they are ready to go in case they need to go. And when we spoke to several of these neighbors, they mentioned they have the essentials, important documents, medications in their vehicles, and pictures and memories that they take with them in their hearts in the case that they do have to evacuate. But for now, live in Sylmar, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Cassandra Gutierrez, thank you very much. You are at Roxford and Los Olivos, and our tonight's master of the map, David Ono, joining us with a look at that neighborhood, which is so far okay. They're just waiting for word on whether they're going to have to get out of there immediately.
This map gives us an interesting perspective on what Cassandra is seeing right now. So here is the Hurst fire. That's where we see those flames right there. You see on that shot, they are burning on this hillside, and you can see the smoke being pushed in this direction, meaning the threat is in this direction. So right over here, this is Roxford Street. I'm going to expand out now. Roxford Street and Los Olivos is right here. This is where Cassandra has been reporting on. Now look at the swath, the huge swath of buildings and homes, big industrial buildings right over here, and a neighborhood of homes right over here. This is Roxford and Los Olivos. So I'm going to expand out a little bit more, and there, the Hurst fire is here. And so if it continues to push into this direction, look at the threat in this giant community. So that's why right now the 210 freeway is working as a fire break. Chris Christie was reporting earlier that it was already pushed up against the freeway. If it jumps the freeway into this neighborhood, that's where things can get really, really tricky and even tragic, because there's so many homes and people's lives affected from this one community if that Hurst fire continues to spread. This is where Cassandra's reporting from right now. Back to you.
In the next few hours, we'll determine whether it jumps the freeway and heads into that neighborhood, because this is, of course, when Dallas has said the winds were going to be the strongest. Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel, and download the ABC7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.